Katie, Coy, and Corkern. These were extended family that was with us when we were in Qingdao about 14 months ago.
Hi, my name is Katie Corkern. This is my husband Coy, and this is Connor. Connor was born in November 2006. In January, we got quite a few diagnoses of many of his problems. He has optic nerve hypoplasia. We found out when he was 5 months old that he was completely blind. He had no light perception in his right eye. His left eye had very, very minimal light perception. He also has some severe brain malformations called Schizencephaly, and he also has congenital panhypopituitarism, which means his pituitary gland didn't develop all the way and he's hormone deficient. So those are all of his diagnoses. I found out about Stem Cells China on a support group that I was on called Magic, it's part of the Magic Foundation. And Dawn was actually on that group, and she was speaking about how her daughter went to China and came back and she was seeing light. And I was like, wow. I said, well, that sounds pretty good, but it's maybe a hoax. So I went to stemcellschina.com and I read for probably a week straight and just read about all of their stories. And so I brought it up to my husband and I told him about it, and I said, well, I said it might be worth a try, but it may cost, $200,000 or something that I'm a teacher, he's a cop, we don't make that much money. So I found out the price after I emailed them to see, if he would be accepted, how much it was, when we could go. And so the price was very reasonable, it was attainable, and I said, well, we have to try it. So then came the hard part of getting an eye doctor to not tell me that I was crazy for taking my kid to China. We went through about 3 or 4 eye doctors before we found one that said, try it. It's up to you. It can't hurt. Doesn't sound like it can hurt. So we tried it, and we started fundraising, and we fundraised for about 5 months to get the money, and our community really came together to help. Getting the word out about Connor, newspapers was very important. Before we went to China, Connor was 18 months old. All of his therapists said that he acted as if he were a 3-month-old baby. He never babbled. He cried a lot. He drank straight from a bottle. He would never eat any baby food. He just couldn't. He barely could hold his head up. He didn't play with his toys. He was just alone in his dark world. He never gave hugs. He never gave kisses. It was just like he was a newborn baby, and he was huge. I mean, he was 18 months old, but we had to carry him around in a baby carrier, and we just expected, that was his life. And even his neurologist told us when he was born that his brain, was pretty severe and not to expect much. So I'm a special ed teacher, so I was like, well, whatever, we'll see. So, and that's how his life started until we arrived in Qingdao, China in July of 2008. And miracles started happening for our baby.
Good afternoon, I'm Coy. Once we arrived in China, like Katie said, we didn't expect much. We knew what we had. Connor was 18 months old, and for the most part, it's not nice to say, but our son Connor was a vegetable. He couldn't pick up his head. He couldn't roll over, or if he did roll over, it was just maybe once, and then we all went ecstatic. He was on a totally liquid diet, and to tell you a little bit, on the way over there to China, on the plane ride over there, was like 14 hours or so. Connor just stayed in his car seat and was just limp. Kept his head down like this because he couldn't lift it up for more than a second without putting it back down. Couldn't sit up. If you set him up just perfect in Indian style and just held him there and then let go, he would stay up for about, you count about 3 maybe, and then he would face forward and just lie there. After about, the second stem cell treatment, I want to say the second stem cell treatment was probably week 2, something like that. Now that's in conjunction with the physical therapy received over there. I was laid in bed with with Connor, and I had him kind of sitting up, and I was just kind of behind him with a little support. And he seemed like he was getting a little bit of balance, and I just kind of backed up, and then I just got off the bed, and I said, look, baby, he's sitting up. And then from then on, it's been just one miracle after another. Connor started speaking over there. He started saying, uh-oh. We sent pictures and videos back home and saying, we call people back home saying, hey, listen to Connor. He'd start talking. These are all things he'd never done before. And as far as his vision, we had his optic nerve looked at. We took pictures of it before we left for China. And this is where we're trying to find a doctor eye doctor to, I guess, go along with us or to look at it. And each doctor we went to said, look at them, they're gray. Here they are, look, they're gray, they're very small, and they're dead. There's nothing we can do for you. And this past week before we came up here, we had them checked again. And I wish we could put them up on projection for you, because now they're healthy, they're not gray anymore. It's about as red as Brad's shirt of the, I guess, little things going through the optic nerve. And we don't know to what extent Connor can see. He can't tell us or anything like that right now. He is talking more, but sometimes you can do like this. He'll reach up and grab you. He'll look away, especially when we go get his medicine or something you don't like, to wipe his nose or something like that. He'll reach up, he'll grab your hand and tell you, stop. And just like Dr. Hakeem said, it's not a cure for anything. We didn't expect to come back with a normal kid. Anything would have been better. Anything would have been better than the vegetable baby that we had. And we're very fortunate that it far exceeded any of our expectations that we had. As you can see now, he's doing so much now. I mean, I put him on the floor right here, and he'll get up on his knees and just kind of just throw himself. He's starting to crawl and starting to walk, and all this was something that we never dreamed possible in his whole entire life. So yeah, it's not a cure, but yet it sure helps the quality of life. And that's about all I have to say, man.
I will say, during China, after about 3 weeks we were there, the most wonderful thing happened. We were all sitting around the orange couches, and I was holding Connor, and he just turns around and gives me the tightest hug and makes a kissing sound. Something that was, it just makes me cry thinking about it, because I never expected him to have emotions like that. And for him to be able to just turn around and squeeze my neck, that was the best part of it all, I guess I could say. So overall, he's doing wonderful now, and we've been back for about 14 months, and he continues to thrive, and he just gets better and better. Every time I think, okay, well, this is where he's going to stop, he surprises us with something else. So, and that's our little plan. And we have a website that I keep updated, and it's connorsquestforsight.com. And I have my phone number on there if you would like to ask me any questions. We're always willing to help. We want to give other families, the same opportunity that we have. So, thank you.